welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well today. In today's video, I'm going to present you guys my mare Taffy. I'm gonna put a picture here. You saw her in my last videos, but I never actually presented her, nor did I present any of my animals. So I'm gonna start a series of like presenting all my animals. I'll do Taffy, Riley, then the dogs and the cats. Probably the bunnies, because I have a lot, and then the goats and the chickens, probably, something like that. Anyway, so we're gonna start today with a presentation of Taffy. I have a little list there with 14 facts, facts on her, and I have a little like bonus, a little story time. Anyways, let's get started. So the first thing to know is her name. So you know that her name is Taffy, but her full name or show name is Maple Touch. So Taffy, she's like maple colored and like we're in Canada, so like maple is like a big thing, and I don't know, I like Maple Touch. She didn't have a show name when I first bought her, it was just Taffy. So I found Maple Touch, I thought it was simple and fitted with her, so yeah, that's what I chose. The second thing is she was born in March 2017. I don't know the exact day, I just know it's in March, so she's 3 years and a half right now. Next thing to know is that she measures 14 hands. So a hand is basically the way we measure horses, so a hand is 4 inches, so 14 times 4 inches. It's her size, so she's considered a pony. Her breed is a mix of quarter horse and halflinger. She is a flaxen chestnut in color, so it's basically a chestnut. The mane and tail is lighter than the rest of the body, and I have goats all around me that are trying to see what I'm doing. Next thing to know is that I found her on Kijiji. Kijiji is a Canadian website where you can post free ads, so you can buy and sell on it, and I was looking at that for a horse for like a year or two, and then when I saw her, I was like, it's her. I think that if I could change something about her, not something about her, but something about when I bought her and everything, it would be to know more about her parents. The only single thing that I know about her parents is one was quarter horse, one was halflinger. I never saw her parents. I don't know what color they are, I don't know their names, I don't know their size. It's just, yeah, that would be something I would like to know, because I bought her from her second owner, so he didn't own the parents. Now onto the attitude. She has a really good overall attitude, like to try new things. Like when I first bought a saddle on her, like it was like she was saddle broke. Like I just put a saddle, tightened the girth, put a bridle on. She's really good with new things. And she is easy to catch. Like every time I go in the field, like sometimes Riley would just, I don't want to be catched today, but Taffy always stays super nice and she comes right up to me and like she's super nice. Now on to like the bad things about her. She can be really stubborn and lazy. Like when I want to ride her, like she is not broke to ride, but I'm training her. But when I want like her to go forward, sometimes she just sits there and doesn't want to do anything. And it's not because she doesn't understand it, it's just because she's lazy, and when I'm trying to lunge her and stuff, she like, just wants to stop and all. So that's the thing we're gonna work on. Like she can be really lazy and stubborn, but I kind of like that about her. I mean, it's her halflinger side, and I always loved halflingers, and they're just stubborn ponies. Another thing that I have to work on with her, yes, she's young, but I think it's her personality. She has a really short attention span, so when I want to work with her, if I really want to work with her without her being bored, I'm gonna have to work like 10 or 15 minutes max, because after that she's just gonna be like somewhere else. Like she's not gonna be with me anymore. That's something I'm gonna work on. But like I said, she's young, so it might change with the time, but yeah. Her favorite food to eat, like favorite fruit, are bananas and watermelons. It's really weird. So some horses love bananas, some horses find it disgusting, like Riley found it disgusting. Most horses I tried to feed bananas just thought it was disgusting, But Taffy, she thinks it's delicious. Like she loves that, and she loves watermelon. So onto the... Iris, can you go away? You're gonna make my camera fall. She's just sitting there. Iris. No. You're making my camera. Go away. Go away. Okay, is it? Okay. What's the thing? Okay, so onto like the plans with her. I want to do with her. Things I want to do with her in the future, like writing wise. I would like to make a few shows, like not big shows, but my running instructor, she likes to make shows at a town just right like 5 minutes from where we are, and it's a little local show that I would like to go with Taffy. I would like to do jump courses. So I would like her to be both English and Western, and bareback, of course. I love bareback riding, so I just want to do a little bit of everything with her, basically. So this is kind of a story, but she, like, when I was 12 years old, the perfect horse I was imagining for myself was Taffy. She's exactly the perfect horse or pony that I was imagining when I was like 12 years old-ish. Okay, how do I explain this? So, when I was about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, when I was living in Quebec, Canada, before I moved to New-Brunswick, me and my friend were taking care of a mare, and she was a halflinger, and that's with her, like, what I did with her, started to ride a little bit and taking care of her, it really gave me that love of horses and wanted to have horse. Now, she was a halflinger, but she was like 13-ish hands, so she was really small, and the thing, I was like, yeah, I would like to have a halflinger, but I would like to have a halflinger, but like bigger, so it could be cross. And at that time, I really loved quarter horses, and they were like one of my favorite breeds. Now, I mean, I still like them, but they're probably not, I probably don't like them as much as I loved them before. But anyways, so I was like, yeah, if it could be a quarter horse mixed with a halflinger would be perfect. And I was imagining also getting a 2-year-old filly. Quarter horse, halflinger. And between 14 and 15 hands. And I bought a 2-year-old halflinger, 2-year-old filly, quarter horse, halflinger, and she is 14 hands. So it's kind of cool that it's, when I saw her ad, I was like, that's like exactly the horse I wanted to have. Like, what? So I got her now. I guess if my 12-year-old self could like know that I have her, I would be so excited, I'm sure. This is a thing, I don't really know how to explain it. Well, I mean, I don't really know what it is, but when I first got her, she was just flaxen chestnut, and she had a few white hair there and there, and she still had her winter coat. I think it was in April. She was shedding. When she started to shed, she had a little bit more white, so I figured, okay, she has a little bit of white in the summer and less in the winter. But then she shedded to her winter coat, like in the fall, and then she had more white. And I was like, that's weird. And then she shedded her summer coat, and like basically every time she sheds, she gets more and more white on her. And she's not a gray, like I just don't know exactly what it is. Like I don't know how she's gonna turn out. Like I really don't know why, but it's just something about her. Another thing I forgot to mention about Taffy is that with the other horses, she is the one that always wants to play with the other ones, always wants to run and all. She's always trying to play, so I can't wait to see when she's gonna have a foal. If you saw my video, you probably know that she's pregnant, and so I'm sure like she's gonna play with her foal like all the time, so that's gonna be really cool to see. I'm almost done, but I wanted to tell you guys one thing. It's like a story time, a mini story time, and it's about her size. So when I saw her ad, it was like 2-year-old filly, quarter horse, halflinger, 14 2 hands. So I was like, okay, in that time I was like, I would like a 14, 15, maybe 16 hand horse. So then I was like, okay, 14 2 hands, at 2 years old, she should be 15 to 52 hands. So I contacted the guy, and he answered all my questions and said, okay, she's 14 hands. She's even been measured twice within the month, like the month that I was, like, I bought her beginning of May, so in April of 2019. She has been measured at 2 different stables, and she was 14 2 hands. So I was like, okay, yeah, she's 14 2 hands, right? He said she should meet her to 15 hands. I was like, that's perfect. So then I go to get her, and I didn't visit her before buying her. Like, I just went to the trailer because she was like 3 hours and a half from where we are. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drive there with the trailer. If I see a major issue or like a major thing in her personality that I don't like, a health problem or anything, I'm just not gonna take her. So when I saw her, of course I was so excited. I was like, oh, Taffy! And I thought she was a bit small, but like I didn't really think about her. I was so excited. I was like, okay, she's looking good, she's nice, she gets in the trailer really well. So we went home. And then at that time, with her, I also bought a 14-hand mare. I sold her this spring. I might do a video about her, telling you guys why I sold her, telling you guys about her, I don't know. But anyways, so she was 14 hands, and Taffy was supposed to be 2 inches bigger than her because she was 14 hands. My camera just stopped for some reason. Voice. My camera just stopped for some reason, so I'm just continuing. So what I was saying is, yeah, the other mare I got her was Taffy. She was like a rescue, and she was like, her owners were not like horse, I mean, they were not really horse persons. They just, when they found her 3 years before I got her, she was like, you know, she was a rescue, she was in bad shape, so they decided to take her, but they didn't really know much about horses. And when she told me, oh, she's just over 14 hands, I was like, okay, maybe she is wrong. Maybe she's bigger than 14 hands, maybe 14 3 hands and Taffy is 14 2 hands, because I was like, they don't know much about horses and the other one knows about horses, and he measured her twice. But then I didn't measure Taffy until I measured Dara, the other mare, and she was exactly the size she told me. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I don't know, time went by, and then in September of last year I decided to measure Taffy, and I was like, huh, she was 13 3 hands. She did grow a little bit since I got her at that time, so it was almost 6 months. I was like, okay, so probably she was 13 2 hands and not 14 2 hands. I was like, okay, so I measured her like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, she's really 13 3 hands. And I was like, so I texted the guy, I was like, so I measured her, and actually she's like a hand smaller than you told me she was. She was like, are you sure, and all of that, but yeah, like, and I measured her this spring, and she gained another inch, and she's 14 hands, and she's staying at 14 hands, so she's never gonna be 15 hands like you told me, but I don't mind. That's pretty much it about Taffy. Now you guys can know her a little bit more, and I'm excited for future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that now you know a little bit more about Taffy, and that you're excited for the next videos coming up, and I'll see you next time. Bye!